Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, via Facebook Messenger and not Zoom,
Woo!
is Crystal Morenzi. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
I am good, Dino. How are you? Hello, everybody. I look like crap today. I've had like 2 seconds to prepare.
You look fantastic, okay?
Shut up. Not shut up. Sorry, that was super mean. So
She beats
I
me.
have
She
to
beats
tell
me
you
when she sees
something
me. She's
super funny.
Tell me.
Okay, can I tell you? Because it's hilarious.
I like funny stories.
So last night at like about 2 in the morning, I wake up. I'm super restless. I can't sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna, flicker the mouse a little bit.
That makes sense.
Okay. It helps put you to sleep every once in a while.
Also true.
So, sometimes it's close to witching hour. So, so I pulled out a toy that I have. This such toy, ladies and gentlemen.
Huh.
Okay.
It's turned into that kind of show, guys. Entertainment.
Okay, well, this is the funny part. So, it wouldn't turn off. I just literally got it to turn off. I was covering it with heavy blankets and everything to try to get it to, because I still had to go about my day. I had to get up, help my grandpa get dressed and cleaned up and change his bomb and stuff like that. Well, my vibrator is vibrating downstairs. Like a mofo, because it was on get her done mode. So it was like So that happened. So that's how my mornings got. It just literally, as I was setting up, I finally, and I think the battery just died.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's my morning.
You know what? That,
How did your morning go at night? Mind you, I haven't been able to sleep because I've been up since 2 in the morning.
You know what? Honestly, I couldn't be happier after hearing that story. Because, the best part.
Did you have it happen too?
No, I'm a man. I don't need a dildo. It's fine. Especially that.
I don't use
that looked
something,
like the fucking
use
World Rocker 9000 or whatever the fuck that was.
No, it's just little, and I only use this part of it because it tickles your.
Guys, that's fucking hilarious.
Please share, and
subscribe. If you want to hear more stories about random things not getting turned off, you know what the best part?
No problem turning it on.
Yeah. Hey, we can turn things on, but turning it off, that is your problem. That is your problem. Honestly, that could not be any funnier because the best part is, listen, once you ring the bell, then you're like, oh shit, now it's like you finally get relaxed a little bit and now you're going to freak the fuck out because it won't turn off. Could that be any worse? No. And then, realistically, in the morning, you know, people are like, something vibe. What is that sound? Someone's phone alarm going off, or are you getting a text? Because you know what, it's weird that those little sounds.
I was trying so hard to cover it.
Oh, I can imagine you're like, I don't hear anything. I'm gonna go do laundry 7 times. Just leave me alone. Because there's nothing better than being caught red-handed, pink-handed. I'm not sure what you would call it, but I'm just saying it is gold.
This is twice in a month for me, or in 2 months, because
you have to learn.
When I asked my aunt to come get my charger for me because I was baking a cake and I had stuff all over my hands, so I asked her to come get my cell phone charger for me, forgetting that my vibrator was plugged in to the cord.
That only makes sense.
Luckily, I ran down quick enough in order to kind of save that one. It was still out there, but I was lucky enough that I was there to defuse it.
But
make light of the
if another
situation.
woman sees it though, do they get freaked out?
It's a woman that probably hasn't touched herself in 40 years. So.
Yeah, but I think I really feel, because you know what, like, it's this weird thing that I'll be honest with you, as a man, I'm jealous of it because women do have those secret conversations with each other, and they're a lot better at keeping on the down low than men are. You know, because men don't.
Yeah, men are like a bunch of little hens.
We are.
You guys are like a little bunch of hens. You guys gossip so bad and tell each other everything.
I find it's specific that men will exaggerate so much that it really loses the worth of talking with each other, and that gets really hard because you know what? There's sometimes like I remember, so I had moved to a different part of the bank years ago, and I was in because it was a phone center, but I was managing essentially half the country. Anyways, so we're learning the do's and don'ts of telephone banking and stuff. And a guy that I started to kind of acclimatize because when I'm in one of those classes, I'm essentially with people who are just starting. So even though I'm not starting, I have to go through the same training. So what happens is these people are all in their like early to mid 20s, and I'm sitting here in my 30s. So I saw a guy who was a little bit older, so I started talking with him. After a break, he comes back and he's like white as a ghost, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I just shit blood," and I'm like, "Okay, listen." So I started asking him questions. I'm like, "Was it just dark, or like was it blood? Were you bleeding? Do you have a hemorrhoid?" He's like, "No, I don't have that. Don't have that." And it was a very legitimate conversation. I go, "Listen, that could be really dangerous. You should go to the hospital right now." He's like really, really dangerous? I go, "I don't know. It could be nothing. It could be something. But especially if there's blood, that means that there's something in your butthole or colon that's ruptured and is bleeding. If your poo is black, which we talked about, that could be way up. That could be like an ulcer or something like that in your stomach or high up in your intestines. And again, it's bleeding. It's bad for you, right?" And he was like,
"My boob has been good lately. It's not so black anymore."
"Well, that's great." I can't go 3 minutes without her talking. No, anyways.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
No.
She's standing there looking at the camera
I
going, I'm beautiful. Look at me. And my poop, it does not smell.
No,
does not
that's
smell.
right.
I am a poopless smeller.
No. Oh.
Anyways, but he was like, you know what? So he left. He went. They called an ambulance for him, and he left. And
They called an
oh
ambulance.
yeah. And the next day he goes, "Hey man, you know what? It turned out to be nothing big, but," he's like, "Thank you." He goes, I was really scared, and you really talked me down." I was like, "No problem." He's like, "And thanks for not talking about it with everybody else." I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's no problem." I was like, "Yo, that guy just shit blood. He just got fucked in the ass in the bathroom." Like, that's what would happen. Normally guys would be like, "That guy got raped by 6 dudes in the bathroom. That's why he's bleeding from the ass." Right? And that's not nice, right? Where I think, I would like to think that the majority of women
are like that too, though.
Well, that's the thing is women are so evil when they want to be that they will destroy a girl for no fucking reason. That I don't agree with. Obviously, I think that's horrible.
Yeah.
But
especially if that girl's boyfriend like makes one comment to her or something, then it's game on.
Are you saying that you might have experienced something like that, Crystal? I doubt it. You're such a nice person. She's like, "It's been shit sometimes." But
I am nice. That sucks.
no, but that's the problem is your attitude is very easy to get along with, especially for men.
Yeah.
Because you can stand up for yourself, and that makes you hated by other women. I've seen not that I'm some sort of expert, I'm just got a penis, so I just noticed. I see that happens
on the other end of it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That's why always
if men like to hang out with you, then women hate you.
That's definitely true.
Because you have to be on their side, where men think that you're annoying and bitchy and cunty. Because if you're not on their side and you're not one of those women, then they don't understand.